What's up y'all, my name's Jesse with Greatt Builds, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to build your own DIY bench with just a single piece of wood. This is a great DIY project for those who are looking for a very profitable item to make that's both easy to make as well as very affordable to produce. The first step is to get all your main cuts out of the way. The cuts you'll need is one at 34 inches, two at 17 inches, and one final cut at 28 inches. That should leave you with no wasted material at the end. Here's a quick cut list that you are welcome to screenshot to follow along your build. Before we get into the angled cuts, I really wanted to point out how affordable and profitable these benches can be. Right now at Home Depot, these boards range from $8 to $10 just depending on the board, or you could even get a 16-foot board which would make each bench around $7. These benches could easily be batched out and sold in your local area for between $50 and $75, and with only $7 to $10 invested, you're looking at some good profits. Now for your angled cuts. I'll first set my table saw blade at 22.5 degrees and get my square to make sure the fence is perfectly aligned. Then I'll grab a 28-inch board and cut each end off in the opposite direction, basically creating a trapezoid shape. Then I'll grab my 17-inch boards and cut both ends, making sure that they are parallel with each other. One suggestion I'll make is to cut the boards where the ends that are cut off are away from the fence. This will help prevent the cut off piece from shooting back towards you like it did to me. Either way, be sure not to stand directly behind the piece of wood that is getting cut off just in case it decides to come at you. So to clarify, you'll have one board cut at 34 inches, two boards cut at 17 inches, and a final board cut at 28 inches. And here's a quick diagram of how the angled cuts will look. Next, I grabbed the 34-inch board and measured 7 inches from each side and drew a line. This guideline will be where you line up the inside of the boards for your legs. Now I'll place the 34-inch board on its side, and this will make it a lot easier to attach the legs. Then just line up the legs with the lines you just made and put 2 screws into each board. I put some tight bond wood glue on each leg before attaching, and this will just give the wood a much stronger bond and make it last a lot longer. Once the legs are attached, I grabbed the 28-inch board and placed it in between the legs. Use a tape measure to make sure that it's an equal distance on both sides. This measurement may vary from bench to bench, so just be sure each side is equal. The measurement for my bench was about 14 inches from the top. Once it's all aligned, place 2 screws on both ends of the leg brace, and once it's attached, your bench is complete. If you're not looking into leaving the bench in its natural wood look, painting and staining is a good way to go. Firstly, I grabbed my sander with 240 grit sandpaper and sanded the entire bench, making sure there isn't any rough edges or splintered off pieces. Then I used my router with a round over bit and rounded off all of the edges, giving it a much smoother look. Unfortunately, the standing portion of my video didn't record, but one of my chickens wanted to try out this bench and I think she approved. Once I finished up staining both the top and the bottom piece, I taped off all of the corners so that my paint didn't get all over my stained areas. The paint I chose was a cotton white from Bear Paint, but the benches are super customizable to match any of the rooms that you'd like them to be in, so you can pick any stain or color that you'd like. I really hope y'all enjoyed this video because this bench is probably one of the most simple, yet most profitable benches that you can sell in your local area. Be sure to leave a comment in this video if you plan to make any of these benches on your own, and also don't forget to send photos of your builds to my Instagram. I really appreciate y'all watching this video, and if you haven't already, please consider subscribing and liking this video, as I will be uploading a lot more fun DIY beginner videos as well as a bunch more reviews. Thanks again for watching, take care!